Yet another earthquake warning. We're talking about a huge earthquake, massive. New Zealand, overdue for a devastating earthquake. Sean Martin, Express UK reports. We know that it's in a subduction zone and the North Island is rattling. New Zealand is overdue a huge earthquake which would devastate parts of the oceanic country. This is what geologists, experts have warned, and it's because of their monitoring, and it would also have a very huge earthquake and also tsunami. Kiwi scientists believe the feared Alpine fault line could blow soon in the already earthquake-prone country. The Alpine fault line, which runs 310 miles up the western side of the South Island, has historically produced powerful 8.1 magnitude earthquakes roughly every 3 centuries, with the last shift hitting 1717. The news comes in the wake of an earthquake registering 5.5 magnitude on the Richter scale, which hit Queenstown on the country's South Island on Sunday morning. So it's not just the North Island, it's also the South Island, both islands of New Zealand, that have now been warned of huge earthquakes imminent. Last year, geologists warned on a magnitude 8 or higher quake, which will eventually hit the country. And even though the relative small tremor Sunday may have released some subsurface tension, experts still fear the worst is yet to come. GNS scientist daily duty seismologist Sam Taylor-Offoff told Kiwi Media, "The chance of a larger earthquake happening is still about the same as it was before this 5.5 magnitude earthquake. There's always a potential for a large earthquake on this fault, as there was for any other fault in New Zealand. We can't say that a big one is not on the way, but we don't believe that this quake has significantly increased the chance of the big one." Mr. Taylor-Offoff added, "There's a clear geological record showing that many earthquakes above 7 magnitude have occurred on this fault. We know that the fault will likely rupture again in such an earthquake, and that the impact of such an earthquake would, of course, be significant. The Alpine fault crosses many West Coast townships, tourist areas, and key infrastructure, so there's a fear attached to the impact of the fault rupture in these areas," he said. New Zealand's last major earthquake came in November 2016, causing damage to cities such as North Canterbury in Wellington and prompting evacuations of Christchurch, with 2 people losing their lives. It measured a magnitude of 7.8 in Kalkura on the South Island, with researchers using the disaster to measure future potential quakes in the region and the devastating consequences of a major quake rocking the region, and again, of course, with a tsunami. In 2011, the city of Christchurch was leveled by a powerful 2.6 magnitude quake. The city was decimated, as we saw, with parts of the city still being rebuilt today. And that was only a magnitude 6.2. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, and Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.